My wonderful, beautiful, amazing Scorpios. I'm Gabriella from Gabriella's Vampire Tarot. For today, I'm going to be doing a general love reading of 5 card spread. But before I do that, I want to offer these 12 red roses as a token of my love and appreciation for you all for supporting my channel and myself. Love you guys incredibly, so thank you so much for your love and devotion towards me. So this 5 card love reading includes that the first card represents you, the second the other person, the third the relationship, fourth the past, fifth the future. Then I'm going to draw a Vampire Oracle for you, then a Favole, and then one from the Le Tarot Interdit Vampiria French deck. Let's get started with card number 1, which is you. Hermit. Okay, interesting. Well, it's like there are 2 different senses I'm kind of getting here. For the ones who are single, it looks like, that you probably need to have some alone personal me time. You want to do some introspection. You want to kind of go within. Yeah, maybe, you've pretty much been through, too much, complications and drama with relationships and love where you pretty much just think, okay, I need to have some me time. Or you could still be in a courtship but still want to, desire to have, personal time, which everybody should always have personal time no matter what. You don't want to feel like you're being pushed and constantly being, just, pulled into, into courtships where you just pretty much just think, okay, I need to, re-energize and stuff like that. So, or you can even have Virgo somewhere in your star chart for that matter. But if you're currently in a relationship, it looks like that you're also kind of keeping your relationship in a private setting, which 100% everybody's prerogative. You shouldn't always be having to be, posting, your relationship, your romantic activities on these social media platforms that the human even showed me and told me about and stuff like that. And I just think, okay, again, to each their own. Would I personally do it? No. But yeah, if you want to just kind of, keep it on a personal, private setting or anything, 100%, your prerogative and stuff like that. I don't feel like you have to be constantly, showing, wedding bands and stuff like that or any kind of like offerings and this and that and stuff like that, But either way, it's, it still looks incredibly beautiful. But let's see who the other person is. Ah, the moon. You could be with a fellow water sign, maybe Pisces, maybe. Well, what I see here is, it's like, yeah, I can see here, that this person, constantly want to go out on, courtship dates, and then you're kind of just thinking, well, I just kind of want to have some me time right now. This person is probably just wants to really spend a lot of time, with you just to say, oh, please come out and join me on this, like this date, or maybe we can do this or that together. And then personally, sometimes you just think, well, I just need to kind of just have personal space right now. Everybody should always, have personal space, as a form of re-energizing and rejuvenating, so you can actually have the energy to put into, your time and effort into this courtship, whatever it may be. But it could also be, how you do crave, you could also be craving, wanting to get out a bit more. I mean, of course, to each their own, it's like, I really hope that'll work out for you no matter what. And for the ones who are in a beautiful, maybe in a so sort of in a hermit kind of relationship, I can see how this person's very loving, caring, and stuff like that, but maybe you just don't want to tell your family or friends about it. Again, 100% your prerogative. You shouldn't have to be constantly sharing everything what's on your mind or everything what's going on, stuff like that. I mean, that's called free will for that matter, right? But yeah, it just looks incredibly beautiful no matter what, and I really hope everything works out with you and the other person. What's the relationship like, or what could it be like? 2 of Wands. Okay, this is definitely, like the courtship kind of phase. So maybe you are currently dating somebody, man, woman, whoever you're currently with. And, you're pretty much just thinking, okay, it's like, again, you don't always have to be posting everything on your social media platforms. Maybe you don't care about those things at all. I mean, I don't really know all that much about those things, to be honest, but the thing is that, it's like 2 of Wands is definitely also about going out on this journey. So maybe, it's like you are in the courtship phase, or maybe, it's like, you could also be working on yourself and doing a lot of self-improvement and self-development. Maybe you just want to kind of go within and also take good care of yourself for that matter. But you could also, just do a lot of healing, or maybe you are currently, courting whoever this person is. It looks very, fun and exciting for that matter. But it could also be how you, and if you're with a long-lasting partner, that you guys could also be going on more journeys and adventures together, and everything is just, you guys are just adding more excitement and flair to your romantic relationship no matter what. But let's see what the past is about. Six of Cups. Okay, this could have been a childhood friend, a high school, college sweetheart, neighbor, somebody in your vicinity, but this is definitely a nostalgic card. Now, it doesn't per se have to be somebody from the past. Because it's definitely, well, that you're just, yeah, you found, I mean, but then again, this is a past card, but this could have also been, that you met somebody even about a week or a month or a year ago and stuff like that. It doesn't per se have to mean, depending on your age, of course. But it looks incredibly very beautiful from the start. So, it's like, again, if you want to take your time and just think, okay, I also need to have me time and stuff like that, sometimes, distance makes the heart grow fonder. So if you need to have personal time, 100% your prerogative. Don't feel like that you have to constantly be pushing yourself, to, will follow somebody else's desires and cravings and stuff like that for that matter. But for the ones who are in the relationship, it looks like, that yeah, this is a very beautiful connection, but I'm also getting for the ones who are actually, not courting anybody right now, but, that, maybe you've just been through a breakup or a divorce or something, and maybe you just need to have, some time just to heal and take good care of yourself. That's why you could also be in hermit mode of thinking, I just need to be alone for a bit because, the past was just, it started off beautiful, but then it just took a turn for the worse, and now I just need to be alone for a while. Again, it'll take all the time you need to heal. I mean, this could also be, your healing side where you're just taking good care of yourself, nurturing yourself and doing a lot of healing for that matter. But let's see what the future holds. Okay. Okay, my goodness. The Sun. Why did this Leo energy? I'm not doing anything regarding Scorpio and Leo unless you're currently with the Scorpio Leo. Oh my goodness, okay. I mean, I really pre-shuffle these cards, so, but okay, whatever. The Sun will definitely shine for my beloved Scorpios, man or woman, whoever is watching and whoever's following me and stuff like that. But you could also be heading towards a Leo, or maybe, it's like, you could also have Leo somewhere in your star chart. But this, I mean, it looks like a really complicated card. I mean, you see this vampire pushing this human out of the tower. I mean, my goodness, how dangerous. But either way, the thing is, what I see here is, it's like, yeah, the Sun will definitely be shining. You could definitely be courting or dealing with a Leo in the future. Can't say when or how. Only time will tell. And it's also about putting time and effort, and also, we'll during unforeseen circumstances as well. Wow. Okay. But either way, for those single ones, the Sun will definitely shine for you no matter what. It's like, well, love hurts and healing always takes time and stuff like that. But eventually, the Sun will come around no matter what. And of course, since we are in springtime, heading off towards summertime, maybe, something will turn around between July and August for you. But what does Oracle have? Courtesy, thoughtful, polite, and good manners. Okay, it's like if you're very thoughtful, polite, and have good manners, if you feel like that other people, disrespected you, maybe that's why, you're kind of in hermit mode thinking, okay, I put a lot of time and effort on being very loving and caring towards this person, but this person was just very, quite the opposite of having a courteous mindset about that individual and stuff like that. But I would always apply, this card, thoughtful, polite, and good manners to yourself because, the only person who you really, should be, devoting a lot of time and also doting upon is you and you. And, yeah, is just, for yourself and never anybody else, for that matter, because this is your own Scorpio reading and stuff like that. But you could also eventually meet somebody who has, good manners, is very courteous and stuff like that, holds the door open, doesn't cut in line for that matter, or doesn't do anything that will be, disrespectful in any way and stuff like that. So maybe that'll be the Sun person, or the Sun will eventually shine in the future for my beloved Scorpios. And for the ones who are in a relationship, I can just see how, you guys just show each other, a lot of good support, very, you guys have good manners, you guys are very thoughtful, towards each other, and that's what more or less, kept your relationship going up until today and for many days, weeks, and years to come. What does Favole have? Ooh, the Empress. You could end up with a Virgo maybe. But the Empress is all about new beginnings. So the Sun will eventually shine for the ones who are now in the healing process and stuff like that. You could end up, marrying a Virgo. Well, for that not married, but you could also be courting or eventually even marrying for that matter. But, it's like I do see enough, fertility, abundance, new beginnings, everything is just going to work out in the favors for my beloved Scorpios. And for the ones who are in a beautiful relationship, of being in a thoughtful and courteous relationship, you guys could have more children in the days, weeks, months to come. But I do see, a beautiful new beginning no matter what. So I just want to wish you all the best and hope everything will work out for the ones who are in a very beautiful connection, or the ones who are healing, or for the ones who just want to, kind of go within for a while. Again, 100% your prerogative, no judgment ever coming from me no matter what. So I just think, you will be dealing with new beginnings, because we are also heading down toward the end of this year cycle. So, the next year cycle will start in the fall. So maybe something along those times we'll start a new beginning for my beloved Scorpios. Okay, let's see what the French Tarot deck has. Temperance. How about that? Balance, serenity, and you're going to be in a very peaceful position in the future. So for the ones who are struggling, suffering, healing right now, you will be in a very balanced, serene, and at peace position in the future. Or you can even end up with a Sagittarius, or maybe have Sagittarius placement somewhere in your star chart, because that's what, if you're currently with a Leo and stuff like that, they're usually drawn towards each other wherever they may be. But I do see a very beautiful, balanced, and serene and at peace position, or angle, event, individual. And the fact that you both are in a long-lasting commitment, with a lot of thoughtfulness towards each other, that's also contributing to this temperance moment, or individual in the person as well. Wow. Well, my beautiful Scorpios, I'm going to have to leave it at that. But if this reading resonated, please feel free to join and subscribe to my channel. Thank you all so very much for joining me. I love you guys incredibly. In a few days, I'm going back to general readings. So for now, I'm just doing love in general. But I'm also open for personal readings. And all you have to do is just post in the little discussion box below that you want a personal reading. I'll respond to you with my email, and then we'll start the process from there. But anyway, I just want to wish you all the best of luck on this reading, wherever it may take you. And I just love you guys incredibly. And again, best of luck